Okay, I'm calm. I'm calm. Alright, so now we're gonna do kind of the thing to help the other...
The bunker takes a little getting used to. Your presence here.
Do. Oh yeah, I need to go talk to the head paladin first. Thingy. Yeah, it kind of goes... this kind of leads to a... fetch quest, if so. It's like a fetch quest of information. It doesn't take too long. In the bunker. You have to do a lot of running around. Okay. So we go over here. Here we go.
Are you willing to listen to me now?
Yeah, go ahead.
As you may have already heard, this entire base is under a state of lockdown. No one goes out except small patrols at night. Most of the chapter has been sealed in here for years. And those few who were outside when the lockdown was initiated are forbidden from returning. Morale has plummeted as time has gone by. And many of our current paladins haven't seen combat outside of training simulations. And all because of the Elder's explicit order that no one be allowed in or out. The only way things will change is if Veronica's a special case. She handles the procurement of supplies. If we didn't let her and those like her back in, we'd all starve. If the Elder could manage it, he'd shut them out as well. And all in the name of security. Which is why we need to replace him. Of course I have, many times in fact. The Elder has an open-door policy and will listen to advice on any subject save this one. He refuses to see that our isolation is slowly weakening us. Aside from being our duty, going out on missions is what kept us... And because he fails to see that, he must be replaced. I don't know. I've gone through our records dozens of times looking for a precedent regarding the dismissal of an Elder and come up with nothing. The people who are most likely to know how it could be done are also some of McNamara's strongest supporters, so they refuse to help me, which is why we're having this conversation. An outsider such as yourself would arouse less suspicion asking questions about such matters. The fact that the Elder has some tasks for you means his faithful won't suspect you, and you have a line open to the man himself. In short, you're in a perfect position to help me. Will you at least think about it? That'll have to... You and report anything you've...
Okay. So this is kind of optional, but again, it's much faster. If you bring this information to McNamara and then do what he says and blah blah blah, you end up going on a huge travel distance. You have to go talk to 3 scouts that are like in really distant, like far off, non-fast travel 2 areas. And then he gives you another quest where you have to go to 3 different vaults.
Oh, hey there.
And go really deep into the vaults. And then find these components. Oh, yeah. So, I don't necessarily like doing that. If you install Harden as Elder, he tells you to go kill like a few people. It's really easy. And in fact, we don't even have to kill them, as you'll see my method for achieving the quest. Yeah. And obviously the method that I'll use, I think they put it in, there's a suicide bomber, and there's a very easy way to stop him, but there's also a very easy way to let him go inside and do his thing. So... Hello? Whoops, wrong way, sorry. And also here you have their little tactical map. All that stuff. But yeah, the Brotherhood of Steel, this game, they're much different than they were in Fallout 3. Their ideals are very different. They are very introverted. They don't like I don't know where the fuck I'm going. I'm talking too much. They're very introverted. They're not outwardly towards outsiders. They don't allow people to join them. Stuff like that. Committing the crime of murder, hostile feelings, guilty party insists that religious authority tried friendly fire. The bunker was under attack at the time, but the tribunal felt this could not persist. Yeah. Second incident. Kenneth Jones don't obey the title. Filthily gone against the chain that binds. The chain that binds. Forced to step down. Incident 3. Charged with destroying an unknown device recovered from a recent expedition. The purpose and function of this fight remain unknown. So I won't discuss the matter with anybody. I want to look this up and figure out what happened, because that sounds something that I might have read in the vault, the Fallout wiki, and I didn't remember. Okay, so now we're gonna go talk to him, figure out what the chain that binds is. Which he'll explain to us, so I see no reason for me stating it. Probably say it wrong or something like that. But no, the two factions are almost completely different. What happened is the Brotherhood that are in the DC area, they traveled from the west over to DC like 50 years ago in Fallout time.
Oh, hey there. Something I can help
And
you
they
with?
broke contact, so the two are very loosely connected. And their ideals have evolved differently.
That's an old principle that's been around since the Brotherhood was founded. It basically means that you have to obey a superior officer. It's pretty much common sense, but it gets invoked a lot when people get pissy about following orders. If you're curious, I'll give you access to the data store entry on it. You'd probably be the first to read it in years, if not decades.
Okay, so he didn't explain it as thoroughly as I thought he would. The chain that binds, and I'm like super Fallout nerd. I've read a lot of the backstory of Fallout and all that stuff. It means that the superior officers only listen to their superiors. So if there was a first commander, second lieutenant, and then like a private, the private would take or like a major or something like that. The private would not take orders from the major. He would only take them from the lieutenant, and the lieutenant would only take orders from the major, and not like a general or something like that. Must flow from high down through the ranks in order from a superior must always be obeyed, that their wisdom. Orders are to observe the flow and not skip ranks. So yeah. May only give orders to his direct subordinates and not those beneath him. Cohesion. Okay. So that's basically what it means.
The reports say Mr. House's robots are now
So let's see, does that give us enough?
using tech we've never heard of. We need to send a team up there soon.
Interesting little floodlight they got going on there.
What is it, outsider? I could hardly call myself head paladin if I didn't. It's one of the first things every initiate learns when they start training. What about it? I could be wrong, but I think that's a dead end. McNamara's always followed orders, and we've been incommunicado since fleeing Helios. Second part, what are you talking about? That is the standard procedure, yes. For example, McNamara gives orders to head scribe Taggart, who then relays further orders to the scribes. I wasn't aware that failing to do so was punishable, however. Interesting. If we can just find an instance where McNamara went around someone and gave orders to their subordinates, we'll have him. Just as I thought. McNamara gave my men new orders without telling me. The nerve of that man. This little stunt is probably what got them killed in the first place. Our normal patrol routes are known to be relatively safe. This is exactly what I've been looking for. McNamara gave my men new orders. With this, I can finally have him. There are a number of people I'll need to talk to. The process won't be instantaneous, but with this evidence, it shouldn't take more than a few days.
Haha. Success, and a level up.
Welcome, my friend. A new day has dawned for this chapter, and moving forward we will no longer cower in the dark. And we have you to thank for it. You'll find that I can be generous to those who should. Here, take this key. If you ever find yourself in need of now. Yes, I thought you might, given how much time you've spent here. That's not usually a request we agree to. Typically we take in the young, so that they might be trained through adolescence. In special cases, we allow exceptional individuals to conditionally join.
Like me.
Luckily for you, you happen to be exceptional. The condition is that you must complete a task. This task must prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that you have what it takes to join the Brotherhood. I happen to have something perfectly suitable in mind. Though I warn you, it won't be easy. Still interested?
I know it's gonna be easy.
Back when we were stationed at Helios, our scouts reported that a group was establishing itself in the area as a distributor of pre-war weapons. Our elder at the time, Elijah, was too concerned with getting Helios running and fending off the NCR, so he ordered us to leave them alone. It's time that we correct that oversight and show this region that the Brotherhood is still a force to be reckoned with. I want you to visit these weapons dealers, this Van Graff family. Make an example of them. Leave no one alive. When the job is done, report back, and I'll arrange for a team to clean up the site and retrieve the weapons.
Haha. Well, now we have 100 guns, and we're gonna work on speech. Bam. Tend to your business. Yes, so our job is to kill the people at the Silver Rush. It's a very simple job if you know what you're doing. And I know what I'm doing. But we're going to cut it off at that for tonight. Successfully overthrowing the Brotherhood of Steel leadership is, I think, a good place to start off. Or stop. And I'm just going to end at this little banner of the Brotherhood of Steel. And thanks for watching. We'll continue on at the next session. Yo, what's up?